for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And tonight, we've got the New York Knicks up against the Toronto Raptors. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Look at Toronto. Right now, they've compiled the third best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Knicks. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And I think for Toronto, they had pressure on them coming into the season. A lot of people were picking them to have a special year. And they haven't shied away from that pressure. They've embraced it.
Great point, GA. I think every great team welcomes the challenge of trying to be elite, and they want to do it on a nightly basis.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the three, the small forward. And for New York, Taj Gibson is out there with Randall. And it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Elfrid Payton. And it's Bullock in at the two spot. Now here's Payton. Morris outside. Now here's Bullock. He's tightly guarded. That shot off, and Toronto will come the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And it's just never easy to get stops in this league, but they had a smart game plan defensively, and I felt like that was the difference.
Well, good defensive game plan and then carrying it out for 48 minutes. That really helped them out in that last game.
One-on-one here. Here's Siakam. Yep, it counts. Halfway through the season, Brent, as a team, are you still discovering new ways to win?
Yeah, I would say if you had a set of encyclopedias, when you get to around January, you should be in the MN section, Kevin. So do people know what encyclopedias are? But
I can picture in my mind. I know exactly what you're saying.
So from that point on in the season, you have a great foundation to build on, and there's a lot of things that you can do that are just slight wrinkles to what it is you already do, and that's the great thing for coaches, is to challenge the players to see how far through that encyclopedia we can go. What letter can we get to in the alphabet by the end of the year?
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
Payton passes to Bullock. Rejected by Gasol. And he gets it back. Bullock good.
And maybe a deep breath moment for them. They're now 1 for 4 to start the game.
Payton against Lowry. The rebound by Gibson. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016. Now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise. Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Raptors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And he makes good on the layup. Siakam's got 7 points.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Tone setting right here early. Love that tenacity.
Payton with the ball. His last outing, he had 8 points. From 12 feet out. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Payton.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Fizdale, now facing the Raptors for the second time this season after dropping the first game. Coach said the team is in a different place. He said when we played Toronto the first time, we hadn't figured out what approach was best for us as a team. It should be a different story this time around. He's a confident guy, fellas.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Shot clock at 2. Morris, no good.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Anunoby kicks to Lowry. From deep. The rebound by Gibson. And so Payton will bring it up for New York. They trail by 3. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Well, you can do a couple things with turnovers. They committed too many, and then they didn't force enough. So a tough go in that category.
Here's Lowry, following the basket by Elfrid Payton. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And New York making a change here. Ntilikina's checked in. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Bullock. Shot clock at 5. Lowry for 3. The rebound by Gibson. For New York, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Knocked loose. Fast break Toronto. Now that one from Van Vliet. Here's Ntilikina. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Morris outside. Outside Gibson. Here's Ntilikina. Now recovering. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, it's been an up and down start to his career, but we do know that Frank Ntilikina can play defense.
Interesting to see how it is he progresses in terms of his offensive game. Feels like the league is tending to lean more, Kevin. If you had a decision between a defensive player and an offensive player, it's going the offensive player's way. So Ntilikina is going to have to step up, show that he's improved his shooting range, and then get consistent minutes on the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Ntilikina.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Pass to Gasol. Over Gibson. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Lowry.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Now here's Gibson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Now Lowry. Gasol, the bounce pass. Van Vliet looking around. Gasol, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Ntilikina can't hit.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Now, here's Lowry. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chance.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Got a hand on it. Here's Anunoby. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Ntilikina. Kicks it to Gibson. Randall down low, covered by Siakam. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Robinson's checked in for Taj Gibson. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Toronto. Norman Powell comes in for Fred VanVleet. Shot clock at 3. Here's Randall. Offensive rebound. And Randall throws it down.
Randall not giving up on that play, smells that one out, grabs the ball, and gets 2 more.
Here's Siakam. The shot, no good. Randall with some nice D. Knicks trail by 3. And here's Bullock. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Now just a 1-point Raptor lead.
Now, I don't know if you would consider this, Kevin, but he's got such a nice touch around the rim. Maybe you foul him there?
Right side, Lowry. And it's sent back by Morris.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
Well, he's just really struggling right now with everything he's throwing up. Nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close. A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
And the team has gotten it done here in spite of his performance. Still 0 from the field.
Ntilikina passes to Bullock. Up and in on the layup. Bullock's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
That play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
High arcing shot. Ibaka wide open. He fires. And again, Toronto no up. Bullock kicks to Ntilikina to the inside. And Randall throws it down.
Well, he's a pass-first point guard. Ntilikina with a nice play there.
Raptors trail by 3. So timeout called here. The first for Toronto. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
He's checked in for Randall. Kevin Knox comes in for Morris. And Ellington is subbed in for Reggie Bullock. Raptors also changing it up. Hollis Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And Davis gets it to go. The Knicks with the lead. Ntilikina looking it over. Here's Knox. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Robinson kicks to Portis. Lock at 6. Off target from outside.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Siakam. Knicks with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
In the the corner, it's Ellington. Shoots. Powell pulls it in.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Ibaka, no luck. And for the Knicks, they're shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Now, here's Ellington. He's guarded by Davis. And the rejection by Ibaka. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Now, that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. He was not going to take the soft approach on that drop.
Well, not that wide open. You're given a juicy gift by the defense. You got to sink your teeth into it.
Now, here's Portis. Puts it up from 15. The rebound by Ibaka. We've got 1:28 left here in the first quarter. And stolen by Portis. Here's Ntilikina, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Ntilikina showing off some dizzying handle.
Now, here's Siakam. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals.
Powell, that's good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Ntilikina. He's guarded by Davis. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. Toronto on defense. Ellington with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Knox misses.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Pass to Ntilikina. And here is Portis, defended by Ibaka. Passes to Knox. 5 to shoot. Here's Ntilikina. Toronto grabs the miss. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And there's the pass to Powell. Back to Davis. And shot on the way.
Quick defensively. Very, very nice lateral movement. Lockdown defense from Ntilikina.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Raptors lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set. Now it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
Bringing my defense toughness, my experience playing with those two guys, one of the best in the game right now, and then helping those two here, and with my experience, what I learned, I think I can help the team a lot, energy, and both hands on the floor.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
So for Toronto right now, Davis is out there with Powell. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Boucher in at the power forward. He misses the free throw. The Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
And he's good on the second. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Here is Ibaka following the basket by Elfrid Payton. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. Poked away. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now here's Powell. He's guarded closely. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Ibaka. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
All that practice on the positioning and timing of the catch and shoot paying huge dividends for Ibaka.
Here's Knox, defended by Ibaka. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Knox.
He's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Here's Davis. It's rebounded by New York. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Portis trying to free himself. Knox misses.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Knox. Plays it up and banks it in. Knox has got 4 this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Powell. Ellington defending. Ibaka against Robinson. Ibaka, no luck. For New York, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. And here are the Raptors now. After New York gets the 3. Now Powell. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Philadelphia.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
And the Knicks with possession here. The Raptors getting the bucket. Here's Payton, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Raptors have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Rando comes in for Portis. Morris is checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Wayne Ellington. The free throw drops for Powell. With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
I think the roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around exactly what you're talking about, Kevin. You have to have people within your organization that help these players understand where it is that they have to focus most. And that is your job on the floor. And so really good organizations are educating the players on that. They're not just relying on the agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
Make it a distraction. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Right side, Gasol lets it go from deep. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Morris outside. Pass to Gibson. He doesn't hit that one. And Toronto will come the other way. Now here's Van Vliet. Guarded closely. Gasol up top, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Lowry. He's been a factor for them over the last month, averaging about 19 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he's in the game. Great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Now here's Randall following the miss by Taj Gibson. Randall. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Anunoby's got 5 rebounds tonight. In the corner, Powell with it. Pass to Van Vliet from downtown. And again, Toronto no up. New York's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Randall left side. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. Siakam is checked in for Norman Powell. Payton against Lowry. Fires from 14. 6 on the shot clock. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lowry against Payton. And he banks in the layup. Payton's got 6.
Oh, Payton fending off the defense. That's a tough finish for a guard.
Siakam passes to Gasol. Trying to end the drought. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Outside Gibson. Randall left side. Over Siakam. That's good from Randall on the assist from Gibson. 6 points for him.
Now you can see the touch and the improvement in that touch right there.
Lowry against Payton. Lets it go from 11. And another basket for Toronto.
The defense just too soft on that possession. You have to be closer and contest at the rim.
Passes it to Randall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And he's flourishing as a scorer. But Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
That free throw good from Randall. And the Toronto Raptors knew in trading for Kawhi Leonard that he might not stick around. Even after his decision to return to his hometown of Los Angeles, Greg, the Raptors have to feel good about the way it all worked out for them.
Kevin, the first championship in franchise history, and now they set about working their way back to the mountaintop. Some talented young players and quality vets, not to mention an outstanding front office. I think it'd be a mistake to count them out.
After being picked 7th out of Kentucky back in 2014 by the Lakers, you remember Julius Randle, an auspicious start to his career, breaking his leg on his very first NBA game. That has not deterred him. Moved from LA to New Orleans, now to New York, an offensive force continuing to improve.
For Toronto, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Free throw good. Lowry at the number of trades now starting to involve stars. It feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
Here's Ntilikina. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ntilikina's got 6 points.
Ntilikina wanting to be assertive, and the coaching staff encouraging that kind of play.
Lowry feeling it out a bit. Here's the pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. The Raptors need to get a shot up. It's deflected.
That's just a good, solid, instinctual play there from Randle.
And here's Bullock from the arc. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Now, here's Lowry. Defense is right there. But on that shot, with that, the Knicks lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Marc Gasol. Here's Ntilikina. Now recovering. Ntilikina can't hit.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Randle passes to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Here's Lowry. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lowry's got his second basket of the night.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Ntilikina passes to Morris. Here's Ntilikina. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Frank looking better and better here on the offensive end.
Now here is Lowry. Tight defense on him. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
For Toronto, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. A different look for New York. Robinson's checked in for Gibson, and it's Portis in for Julius Randle. And Toronto also making a switch. Serge Ibaka has checked in for OG Anunoby.
Time All-Star. Lowry has come a long way since being drafted 24th overall back in 2006.
Here's Ntilikina. 8 points for him. Morris outside. It's Robinson top of the key. Siakam. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
To the paint. Here's Portis. Gasol with the rebound. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Here's Van Vliet. And no good. Good work defensively by Morris. 1:15 left in the second quarter. Here's Ntilikina. Covered by Van Vliet. Here's Morris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
Shooting two.
Free throw good for Morris.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for the Knicks. Raptors also changing it up. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. Davis is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. And Morris drops them both.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm, is very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and it's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
Here's Ntilikina after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. And here is Morris. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers.
Let's us not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
But he recovers it. Portis kicks to Ellington. Pass to Ntilikina. New York needs to get off a shot. And here's Morris for three. Here's Robinson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Out to Ibaka. Here's the three. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. From deep three-point range. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Kyle Lowry firing on all cylinders for the Toronto Raptors. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing their defense down.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
You know, they haven't shot the ball very well. Not nearly enough quality looks. Right now, this game could easily come down to shot selection and how they run their offense. They need to keep the ball moving and generate better looks.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Raptors with the lead. They've got Taj Gibson. Reggie Bullock is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then it's Randall. And it's Morris in at the 3. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here is Lowry. 6 to shoot. Here's Anunoby. And another basket for Toronto.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. He has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Raptors leading by 6. Siakam passes to Lowry. Over Payton. Again, Toronto.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And how about the bounce pass? They are being used to perfection.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Floats one up. Gasol wide open. He fires. And a miss there on the triple.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Pass to Bullock. And here is Gibson. Payton outside. Over Gasol. The shot by Payton, no good.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Deceptive and skilled at that guard position. When Lowry's scoring like this, good luck trying to defend it.
Here's Payton after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Outside Gibson. Here's Randall. Got a piece of it. Here's Anunoby. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Floats it up there for Siakam. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And only 6 feet tall in shoes. Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
And New York making a change here. Knox is checked in. Now here's Payton. He has 6. Trying to get open is Randall. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Payton.
Good show of confidence. Payton looking good, trying his luck from the interior that time.
Here's VanVleet. He's guarded by Bullock. VanVleet with the bucket.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Knox. He has 7. And here's a look at some numbers for Gasol. New York shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the first one at the line is good.
Kevin Knox got a ton of experience in his rookie year playing for the New York Knicks, the 9th overall pick in 2018 out of Kentucky. played nearly 30 minutes a game. That's a lot of minutes to try to understand your game at the pro level and then what you need to work on.
Norman Powell's checked in for Kyle Lowry. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 6. Makes it off the glass. Van Vliet's got 4 points this quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Payton outside. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Toronto leading by 6. Now here's Powell. He's got 8. Passes it to Boucher. Here's Anunoby, defended by Gibson. The pass to Powell. 4 on the shot clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. He hits the 2nd from the line. Here's Payton. 10 points for him. Here's the teardrop. That's tipped. Down low. Here's Powell. It's tipped.
Great timing as Knox gets up there and blows that one out.
Payton left side. That one misses. Good D by Siakam. Fast break Toronto. Anunoby passes to Boucher.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Here's Payton. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Well, Payton can rebound and pass the ball. We know that, and is a good defender. But it's great watching him take over a little bit here offensively and get some confidence there.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 8. Pass to Boucher. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Boucher's got the lead up to 9 now for Toronto.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
So for the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Portis comes in for Julius Randle. And Ellington is subbed in for Reggie Bullock. The Raptors also with a sub. Serge Ibaka is checked in for OG Anunoby. Now here's Payton. He's got 12. And they double up Peyton. Here's Robinson. A slam dunk by Robinson.
Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Here's Van Vliet. 8 points for him. Pass to Siakam. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Toronto. Pass to Van Vliet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get it again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
The Raptors have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Shoot 2.
That free throw, no good.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Ntilikina, he's checked in for New York. Good on the second free throw. Knicks trail by 8. Now the pass to Portis. Pass to Ntilikina. There's the 3. Trains the three-pointer. Ntilikina's got 11.
Well, that'll make a defender's hands full if Ntilikina can stretch it out that far.
Down low. Ellington defending. Robinson with the block. Now here's Ellington. He's guarded closely. Raptors leading by 5. Inside. And Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
Here's Ntilikina. 11 points in the game. Robinson kicks to Ntilikina. Some nice passing by New York here. And the basket by Knox.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Raptors shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Van Vliet with it. He's got 8. Ibaka, the pass to Pop. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Here's Powell, following the score by New York. Here's the floater. No good there. And New York the other way now. Here's Knox. For the lead, Ntilikina gets the bucket. Ntilikina's got 6 points in the quarter.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Now, here is Ibaka. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Just 3 to shoot. There's Hollis Jefferson. And again, Toronto no luck.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Toronto trailing. Now Powell. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Van Vliet. To the Terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Here's Ntilikina. He's got 14. And here is Portis. Passes it to Knox. From deep. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And let's take this chance to break out the real stats, real scores from the real NBA and the list of the league's leading teams in steals. The Raptors in second.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
The shot by Powell, no good.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Here's Ntilikina. It's stolen by Ibaka. 1:29 left in the third quarter of the game. Now here's Van Vliet. 8 points for him. Great D that time from Portis.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously. D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Toronto calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. It's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Comes in for Kevin Knox, and it's Peyton in for Wayne Ellington. And the Raptors making a change here. Back to Lowry. 50 seconds left to play in the third. To the paint. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Peyton against Lowry. Peyton can't get it to go. Toronto's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Outside, Davis. Lobs it up for Lowry. Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Here's Lowry. He's got 19. 5 on the clock. Ibaka. Robinson with the block. Morris looking over the floor. Dishes it to Peyton. Over Lowry. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Yeah, and he plays a lot bigger than that 6-foot frame would suggest. Lowry is just a bundle of energy out there.
Kyle Lowry firing on all cylinders for Toronto. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's been a very very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. New York's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. On the court for Toronto to start the 4th. We've got Davis. Baca is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Lowry. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 slot. Payton kicks to Robinson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Hollis Jefferson finds Lowry. Teardrop shot. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Toronto with the ball, following the miss by Marcus Morris. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. The shot's good from Ntilikina. And the Knicks lead by 1.
He's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Outside, Davis. Payton against Lowry. And the shot goes in. Lowry's got 21.
A veteran guard with a knack for penetrating defenses. Lowry can pretty much get any shot he wants.
The pass to Robinson. There's Portis. Misses the 3. In Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Lowry passes to Hollis Jefferson. Count it, and the foul. It's on Bobby Portis.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Julius Randle's checked in for the Knicks. Reggie Bullock comes in for Ntilikina. And Toronto also making a switch. Siakam's checked in.
What's up?
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Bullock with it. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Toronto making a change here. Anunoby's checked in. Siakam hits them both. Here's Payton. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pass to Morris. Back to Robinson. Bullock kicks to Morris. Just 4 to shoot. They need this. He dishes it to Robinson. Second chance shot. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
That's an excellent play call
to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Now here is Davis. Here's on an open. Over Morris. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And Randall throws it down.
Randall getting up there, explosive vertically on that play with great timing.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Davis, the pass to Ibaka. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Now here's Bullock. He's guarded by Davis. Payton against Lowry. Payton looking it over. Feeds to Morris. And it's blocked. And they're able to recover. For three, Bullock. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And the Knicks lead by 1. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Outside Lowry. Ibaka outside. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by New York.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lowry against Payton. Outside Robinson. Morris left side.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead. It's a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, you can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
It's taken away by Payton. Here we go, one-on-one. For 3, Bullock. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Raptors trail by 4. Toronto calls timeout.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Vliet is checked in for Davis. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. He told them to stick with it. He said, this game is right here, guys. This is our game to take. Precision, purpose, and poise. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Siakam against Payton. Siakam, right side. The shot, no good. Now the Knicks with it. They've scored 10 straight. Payton dishes to Bullock. Pass to Randall. Over Lowry. And again, it's New York. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. 6-point game. Shoots from 12. Count that one. Lowry's got 12 points in just the second half.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by by New York.
Inside, here's Bullock, and the layup fall. Bullock's got the lead up to 6 now for New York. Raptors shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Ibaka. Over Robinson, and it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Siakam against Randall. To the inside. Robinson banked in off the glass. And it's an 8-point Knicks lead.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Ibaka right side. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. That's 10 points for Serge Ibaka.
And the lean frame of Ibaka, taking the punishment, but still converting the basket. Toughness.
Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Tuesday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets.
And for the matchup with the Grizzlies, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
Here's Lowry. The teardrop falls in. And now just a 4-point Knicks lead.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
New York calls timeout. 2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby and the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
You know, NBA ready physically from day one. You know, still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line. But I like his potential as a two-way player.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Mitchell Robinson.
And when he's been on the floor, it has been a clinic in rim protection and shot blocking. He's played the defense of 3 men tonight. His block total has gotten to a point you almost never see in an NBA game.
Here's Morris. 3 from the inbound. That's tipped and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Raptors trail by 4. Ibaka outside. Back to Siakam. And he comes up with the deuce.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Payton dishes to Randall. And stolen by Siakam. Here's Van Vliet. And he hits it to tie the game up.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Payton passes to Randall. He feeds it to Robinson. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Payton. Another shot, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Siakam.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second.
Big trip to the line. He did not get all of them, but at least they hold the lead now.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
Randall dishes to Bullock. Outside, Robinson. Kicks to Payton. On the wing, Morris. Trying to get open is Randall. And the Knicks miss again.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And they take the lead. Van Vliet's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button and figure out how to slow his roll.
So it's the Knicks now, trailing by 2. Payton outside. Up top, Randall. Back to Payton. On the clock. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Anunoby, and there's the lay-in. And it's a 4-point Toronto lead.
And the native of England, Anunoby, doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
Payton outside. Down low. Here's Randall. And the Knicks miss again. Raptors leading by 4. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
up.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
To the inside. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Now how about Randall? Dependable big in a big moment.
And the Raptors call time here. They're leading by 4. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. On an open, covered by Morris. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. 1:29 left to play here in the fourth. Now Payton. The pass to Randall. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Siakam.
Well, Randall can hold his own down on the inside with that physical frame, Kevin.
At the line for your Knicks, Julius Randall. At the line for 2.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5. Both free throws good from Randall.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line. And
Elfrid Payton with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. Free throw drops for Lowry.
Cashes in on the technical there, and that will extend the lead.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Payton outside. Pass to Randall. Over Siakam. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Randall.
You wonder if the coaching staff is encouraging these kind of nights and aggressive play from Randall to take over.
Siakam with it. Now defended by Randall. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. There's 45 seconds left in the 4th. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Morris comes over to help. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's the Knicks now. A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused.
Payton against Lowry. Here's Randall. Good D by Siakam.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 seconds.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. The Knicks making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Toronto. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 20 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. And so here is New York. Here's Morris. Siakam pulls it in. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for the Raptors, Kyle Lowry. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Set it up, bring the play in.
And here is Payton. Morris outside. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. So it's the Raptors winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Serge, big win tonight. Now, people may think you have some easy games on the schedule, but you did not play easy tonight.
Because we know where we want to go, you know. That's why we was focused tonight. We got to finish strong.
And it was a strong performance, Serge. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.